Hello everyone, my name is Kirti and I am an assistant professor in IITM. Today I am going to discuss the concept of principle of insurance. Principle of insurance has been divided into two parts, that is primary principle and legal principles, and this is part second in insurance domain. So let's start. So principle of insurance is divided into two parts, primary and legal principle. Primary principle states like what the service is or what the actually why the insurance is here, why the insurance is required for the people. That is a primary principle. So primary principle is, number one is principle of probability. Now insurance is based on the theory of probability. The chance of loss is estimated advance to fix the amount of premium. Therefore the insurance has to charge only so much amount of which is adequate to meet the losses. With the help of the principle of probability, the uncertainty of loss is pre-established. Probability states that what is the chance of loss. So insurance is just because of to cover the losses of masses, but it calculated according to the formula of principle of probability. Now the formula is m divided by m plus n. M means number of favorable cases upon number of favorable cases plus number of unfavorable cases, right? Because the insurance collect money from so many peoples, but among them there are few peoples who are comes under the risk of loss, right? So whatever the loss is suffered by the people, that loss is covered by the insurance company, and those people who are under the loss, for those loss is covered by the insurance company. If I am saying about the life insurance, in case of life insurance, either you are in the loss or not in the loss. Like if if there is a death of the person occurs, so their dependents get the money, but if the person alive for the whole period, then also there is a chance, depends upon the policy to policy, that the person who is alive and who is the policy holder who get the complete money after the completion of a certain period, right? But in case of fire and marine insurance, if there is a loss, then you get the money, otherwise you didn't get any money. Next is principle of cooperation. As per this principle, the risk of an individual is to be shared by many so as to reduce the share of an individual. If one person is providing for his own losses, it cannot be strictly insurance, because in insurance the loss is shared by a group of persons who are willing to cooperate. Now principle of cooperation, because insurance is a cooperative device where lot of people investing their money in principle of next is there is two principle of primary, comes under primary aspect. Now comes to the legal principle. So legal principle states that why the insurance is legally covered all the aspects, right? So number one is principle of insurable interest. Insurable interest states like why you want to insure that particular person or particular property, what is your interest. Like if I want to secure my house, why I want to secure my house? Because this is my house. See, so it has been divided into, generally insurable interest has been calculated in three parts. Either you have a blood relation, or you have a marital relationship with that particular property, or you have a relationship declared by law, right? So that is the insurable interest. So according to this principle, the insured must have a primary interest on the financial stake in the subject matter of the contract of insurance. The insured must be so situated with regard to the subject matter that the benefit from its existence and loss from its destruction. Now move to principle of indemnity. Now principle is applicable to all types of insurance contract except life insurance and personal accident insurance. The aim is to reinstate the subject matter. The insured can get only compensate for actual loss suffered by him, cannot make a profit out of the happening of the loss or damage insured against. The principle of indemnity, which is not applicable in the case of life insurance, right? So principle of, but it applicable in the case of fire and marine. See, principle of indemnity states that insurance company is here to compensate the losses which is occurred, which is the actual loss is occurred, right? If your house is around 20 lakh but you get the loss only 2 lakh rupees, so insurance is here to cover only 2 lakh rupees. He is not here to give you the 20 lakh, because the loss is about the 2 lakh rupees. If the whole period you didn't occur any loss, so insurance company is not liable to if you alive for the whole period, the company is liable to pay you the whole amount plus whatever the market value you add to that money. So next is principle of subrogation. Now principle of subrogation is a supplementary to the principle of indemnity. It is a corollary principle, applies to all the contract of insurance except life and personal accident insurance. As per this principle, insurer will get to the stand in the place of insured after settlement of the claim. Insurer will get all the rights and remedies against the third party. Now we in simple words we can say the insurance company put into the shoes of insured, because if due to the negligence of the third party there is a loss occurred by the policy holder. Now policy holder has two options: either he can recover the money from the insurance company or from the third party. For example, he covered the amount from the insurance company. Now what insurance company will do? Obviously, because why the insurance company bear the losses? Because it is due to the negligence of the third party, so it sue the third party. Now insurance company comes into the place of the insured and recover the amount from the third party. Next is principle of contribution. So contribution is the right of an insurer who has paid a loss under a policy to recover a proportionate amount from other insurer who are liable for the same loss. Insured is entitled to get the claim from all insurers, but actual compensation cannot exceed the amount of actual loss. Principle of contribution applies only in that case when the same subject matter of insured with more than one insurer. The share of each insurer is computed as follows. Principle of contribution means when one person get insurance from 2 to 3 insurance company. For example, my house is around costing rupees, its value is 20 lakh rupees, and I get So principle of contribution states that when the loss occur, for example, loss occur around 2 lakh rupees. So I am liable to get the compensation from A company, that is 1 lakh around, and from the B company 1 lakh around. That is the principle of contribution, means all the proportion of the amount to which my house is insured, the company is liable to compensate me. Next is principle of utmost good faith. Utmost good faith means that each party must disclose the material facts relating to the subject matter. Means both of the parties has a responsibility to disclose all the material facts which is essential to the insurance contract. Right? If one party is not if this principle is not followed by the one party, the contract become void. Next is principle of proximate cause. See, concept of this principle, see the nearest cause, do not see the remote or distance cause. Okay? So whenever the loss occurred, insurance company is here to see the proximate cause, why the loss occurred, not the remote causes, because there are when the investigation starts, so there are so many causes comes in front of the insurance company, but insurance company look at only the proximate cause. Next is principle of warranty. Now principle of warranty states there are certain conditions and promises in the insurance contract which are called warranties, and it should be fulfilled by the insured. On the breach of the warranty, insurance is free from its liability. Warranties are mentioned in the policy are called express warranty, and that warranty which is not expressed in the policy which is implied warranty. Now express warranty which is completely present in the policy, like you have to do all the things, you have to take precautionary measures. Implied warranty means that it is the duty of the insurer to take care of all the measures. It is not required to mention in the policy. For example, in the front of any shop and see my house is get burned and I'm okay, my house is insured, so I need not to worry. That is not all the thing, that is an implied warranty, right? So I hope everything has to be clear to you. Now these are the principles which are essential, which are required, which are disclosed, or why the insurance is required to the public, to the whole society, why there is a need to take insurance policy, because generally we say in one house must have one insurance policy at least, right? So that is the major aspect. Like these are the principle, very important. These are the principle which disclose why the insurance company, why the insurance policy is so important, what is the major criteria behind it. So I hope the lecture has been clear to you. So thank you so much. That's all for today.